Hello folks, back with the in-stock lease deals of the month for March. This is the petrol, diesel, hybrid stuff. Not a full EV in sight in this one. If you want to see the full EVs, the in-stock video for that came out a couple of days ago on this channel. Links to Lease logo are in the video description. Please use that. It does help support the channel. And I'm going to crack straight on with the first one. I should say, by the way, there are mostly 3-year deals in here, but there are quite a few 2-year deals. There are some really good 2-year deals at the moment. And I also want to let you in on something else. I've leased a car myself. Ooh, the first one I've actually leased since I've had this channel because of personal circumstances and stuff. It's coming tomorrow, so watch the channel for more on that. I'm not going to give anything away in the meantime. Right, starting off with the Nissan Duke 1 litre Digi Accenta Premium automatic, 227 quid a month with 681 up front, 11.8 seconds to 62, 422 litres of boot space, insurance group 12, which is very good, 114 brake horsepower, 47 mpg. Average on it's been 277. It was 222 at its lowest point. It's currently 5 or more than that. It's 227 a month with 681 up front. Don't forget, these in-stock deals chop and change very quickly because quite often you've got loads of brokers all selling the same handful of cars. Say at a Rona 1 litre TSI 115 FR limited edition DSG automatic. This one's 793 up front and 264 a month, which looks like decent value. 10.3 seconds to 62, just under 50 mpg, 115 brake horsepower, insurance group 14 and 400 litres of boot space. Price history on this, 366 has been the average. At its lowest point, it was about a quid less than it is right now. But look at this. Back on the 10th of Feb, this was 673 a month. 17th of Feb, 593 a month. 10th of March, 593 a month. 17th of March, 264 a month. And that just shows, like, shop for the best deal, not necessarily focus on a special car. Because if you wanted one of these a couple of weeks ago, it would have been an awful deal. Right now, it looks like a bit of a monster. Great little compact SUV, FR spec, so it's got everything you could want on one. That looks like a bit of a deal. Vauxhall Grandam 1.2 Turbo Ultimate, 281 a month with 845 up front, 10.4 seconds to 62, 45 mpg, insurance group 17, 514 litres of boot space. Average on this one's been 295. At its lowest point, it was quite a bit less than this. It was like 260 quid. So 20 quid over that. At its highest point, though, it was 500 quid. Not that they would have got rid of too many at that price. So pretty average, really, at the moment. But if you're in the market for one, it's in stock and it's not a bad price. Say a Tekka 1.5 TSI Evo FR DSG. This is a way better car than that Vauxhall Grandland. 9 seconds to 62, 43 mpg more or less, 18 is the insurance group and 510 litres of boot space, 150 brake horsepower. It's got the DSG automatic gearbox, which is great. And again, really good spec on this. 468 at its highest point. On average, 386. And this is the lowest price we've seen it. £288.79 a month for that all singing, all dancing petrol Tekka. That really does offer a lot of value. And it's a very, very good little car. Skoda Kamiq is next. 1 litre TSI Monte Carlo edition. 9.7 seconds to 62, 50 mpg, 400 litres of boot space, insurance group 16 and 116 brake horsepower. It's currently 10 pence more expensive than it was at its lowest point. At its highest point, it was 462 a month. On average, it's been 388, and currently it's 294 with 882 up front. Folks, just a very quick reminder to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so. Thanks. Hyundai Tucson 1.6 Hybrid Advance Automatic, £318 a month with 956 up front. Always one of the most popular cars on Lease Loco, month after month after month. 8.2 seconds 0 to 62, 49 mpg, insurance group 20, 616 litres of boot space and 215 brake horsepower. 354 a month on average, 667 at its peak, and this is the lowest price we've seen it in the last 12 months at £318.85 a month. Next, we've got the Cupra Tekka. So if you think the Seat Tekka's got everything you want, but you want something a bit livelier in terms of its look and its design, you're looking at very similar numbers on this one for obvious reasons. It's basically the same car. 330 quid a month with 992 up front. 366 a month on average, but this is the lowest price we've seen it on this 3-year deal at 330 a month. Peugeot 408 1.2 hybrid 136 GT automatic. It's the EDSC6. £337 a month with a grand up front, 10.2 seconds to 62, 48 mpg, 136 brake horsepower, insurance group 21, and 471 litres of boot space. 512 on average, 335 at its lowest point, nearly 336, and it's currently 337. So not too bad. At its peak, it was 652. That's nuts. In fact, if we go back to just a couple of days before Christmas, it was £612 a month. November, it was £630 a month. We're currently looking at £337 a month with £1,011 up front. I think that 408 is a brilliant looking car. Leon Estate is next, the Cupra Leon Estate, I should add. ETSI 150 V2 DSG, so it's the same setup that you're getting in that Cupra Ateca, but in the Leon Estate. 9 seconds to 62, 50 mpg, more or less, insurance group 21, 620 litres of boot space and 150 brake horsepower. This is the lowest price we've seen it in the last 12 months. 440's been the average on it and 542 at its peak. Currently 364 with just under 1100 up front. The VW Passat 1.5 TSI e-hybrid R-Line DSG. This is a petrol plug-in hybrid. 8.1 seconds to 62, a stupid MPG figure, insurance group 32, 510 litres of boot space and 204 brake horsepower. Really good all-electric range on these now. I think it's upwards of 50 on the Passat, which is really quite usable. £370, 87 pence a month is the lowest price we've seen it. At its peak, it was 924 quid a month. And on average, it's been 692. Currently 370 with 1100 up front. That is absolutely mind-blowing. That's a great deal on that car. They're mega expensive to buy, and that looks like a real bargain to lease. That one's a 2-year deal, by the way. If you went to a 3-year deal, it puts it up by 52 quid a month. So important to point that out. I mentioned at the start of the video that I've leased something. I've actually done a 2-year lease for the first time in my life. No, actually, for the second time in my life. Just because I think it keeps your options open and you never know what's going to happen, what's going to be around. So, yeah, fascinating fact of the day. Nissan X-Trail 1.5 e-Power e-Force 213 Accenta Premium. In-stock deals have been floating around on these for a little while now. 1100 up front and 371 a month. 485 litres of boot space. Insurance group 29, 213 brake horsepower. 45 mpg and 7.2 seconds to 62. It's a lovely thing to drive. I did a review on one of these. I had one for a week, so go and check that out if you want to see my longer thoughts on it. But generally, I think it's a pretty blooming good car. This is the lowest price we've seen it in the last 12 months as well. 453 has been the average on it, 527 at its peak. And as I said, currently the lowest price we've seen it at 371 with 1100 up front. That one's on a 3-year deal. Skoda Octavia VRS, this is the 2-litre petrol automatic, 385 quid a month with 1157 up front. The price is nothing amazing for one of these at the moment, but I think it's an amazing price for the car you're getting because these things are great. One of my good mates has got one of these. You can fit everything in it. You can do all your dump runs in it, but you can also take it for a little burn when you fancy. 640 litres of boot space, insurance group 27, 265 brake horsepower, 40 mpg and 6.5 seconds to 62. 436 quid a month has been the average on it. 600 at its peak, and the lowest point it was 345. So it's been 40 quid a month less than it is right now, but it's been fairly consistently over 380 quid all this year so far, and certainly it's had some really big peaks in the past as well, so I don't think that's terrible. And I think as long as that car's under 400 quid a month, that's offering decent value. Then we've got that same setup really in the new Golf, the 2-litre TSI 265 GTI DSG automatic. 5.9 seconds to 62, 39.8 mpg, 265 brake horsepower, insurance group 31, 374 litres of boot space. We all know about the Golf, don't we? 411's been the average on it, 394 at its lowest point, 402 at the moment. So it's banging in between the sort of average and the lowest point. And as you can see, the prices don't really fluctuate that much on them at all. It's in stock, 1,200 quid up front, 402 a month, gets you in a Golf GTI automatic. Cupra Formentor 1.5 e-hybrid 204 V2 DSG automatic petrol plug-in hybrid. This one, you can get a petrol version of it for a bit less. It's 382 for the petrol, but that's the V1, which is a lower spec. Going up to the V2 gives you a higher spec car, and of course you've got the plug-in hybrid technology, so it should get you down the road a little bit faster. And of course you can do local journeys on electric power alone, which might save you a few quid. Insurance Group 26, 345 litres of boot space, 7.9 seconds to 62. Average on that one's been 511. This is the lowest price we've seen it in the last 12 months. At its peak, it was 637. I dare say that will go quickly. It is in stock. Don't forget, all the cars in this are marked as in stock, so the deals will go quickly. BMW 3 Series, again, this is plug-in hybrid 330e. M Sport Steptronic Auto, 549 a month with 1648 up front. 5.9 seconds to 62, 292 brake horsepower, 375 litres of boot space, and Insurance Group 34. 641's been the average on it, 941's been the peak on it. Currently 549 is the lowest price we've seen one this year. That's pretty much 100 quid under the average, which is pretty impressive. Sticking with the BMW plug-in hybrids, we've also got the 5 Series, the 530e M Sport, 602 quid a month with 1800 up front, 6.3 seconds to 62, 299 brake horsepower, Insurance Group 39, and 520 litres of boot space. 823's been the average, 944 at its peak. Currently the lowest price we've seen it at 602 a month, with 1800 up front. Next, we've got the all-wheel drive XC60 B5P Ultra Black Edition with the automatic gearbox, 6.9 seconds to 62, 32.4 mpg, 250 brake horsepower, 483 litres of boot space, and Insurance Group 38. 1900 up front and 634 a month. On average 696, at its peak 737, and this is the lowest price we've seen it in the last 12 months at 634.68. Loads of these deals at the moment are the lowest price we've seen them. Just a fun fact I thought I'd share with you. Audi RS3 Sportback TFSI Quattro S-Tronic, 3.8 seconds to 62, 30 mpg, 400 brake horsepower, Insurance Group 36, and 282 litres of boot space. Say no more, really. This thing is an absolute monster. This is the lowest price we've seen it by a little way, really. 986 at its peak, 891 on average, currently 696, and it's in stock. This one could well go before most of you see this video. Channel members will see it a fraction early, but not that early today because of my recording time. But just to give you a heads up, I'm recording this at 2:15 in the afternoon on the 20th of March. This will go quickly, mark my words. And pardon the pun, we know it goes quickly. Genesis GV80 2.5 litre turbo sport petrol automatic all-wheel drive with the innovation pack, 6.9 seconds to 62, 25 mpg, 304 brake horsepower, Insurance Group 46, and 735 litres of boot space. The most beautiful thing to drive, an absolute monster of a machine. I just absolutely adore this car. The interior is just something else. It's on a different level. It feels magnificent. It feels like you've arrived when you get in one of those and you haven't even left the house yet, then you've already arrived. 706 has been the average on it, 733 at its peak, 697 at its lowest point, which is today, but its lowest point is 30 quid less than it was at its peak. That tells the story there. The pricing on this revised model has been out for 10 minutes and it hasn't really changed a great deal. That is a really good price on one. You're looking at 70 grand for one of these or something, so that's not too bad at all. That's on a 3-year deal. If you went to a 2-year deal, it pumps it up by 8 quid a month. If you wanted some more mileage, going up to 15,000 instead of 10,000, it's going to make it an extra 45 quid a month. Knock it down to 8,000 and you're saving £21 a month. Thank you for watching the video. Please subscribe. Still, lots of you that watch these videos are not subscribed. Subscribing is free. You have to pay a couple of quid a month if you want membership to get the early access and stuff. But subscription is completely free and it helps a brother out. Please also, one of these is free. So click the thumbs up. Please leave a comment if you've got something to say. Thanks ever so much for watching. Be safe. I'll see you on the next one. Huge thanks to all my channel members for your continued support. I really do appreciate it.